All right, let's get it, man. We going live. We going live. Welcome to Sports Talk Texas, fellas. We in here. I got my boy, Mr. Shavers.
What up, y'all?
Junior, you know what I'm saying? I got the consummate Raiders fan of the year. Mr. Thompson. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Everybody who could take the time to tune in and kick it with me a little bit. Hopefully I have a couple guests coming in, a couple of my LeBron fans come check me out. And we could talk some of this talk, man. A lot been going on, man. I want to start with my high school football, right? High school football. You see that little list up there?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the top 20. That's top 20 in the states with the most teams in the top 20, right? Florida has 6 of them, right? California got 3. See that Georgia got 1 and Texas got 4. Miami Central, I think they're number 1. California has, is that Montier Day? It's DEI. They're number 1. They've been good since I was a kid. You know, every time I looked up in the 90s, I used to always see them down there. So they definitely always like a top 10 team out of Cali. Georgia, who I thought would have more teams in the top at least 20, they only have 1. You know, they're more solid when you go down towards the 50 to 100 range. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And Texas had usual suspects. I think Duncanville was in there. Katy was in there out of Houston. You South Lake Carroll, they wasn't even in the top 20. I think they were down. They had actually went down a spot from it was like 54 to 55, something like that. Mm-hmm. They got a big game against Byron Nelson.
Oh.
Tomorrow. 2 undefeateds, man.
Yes.
Y'all know I've been talking about that all year. I threw Michigan on there, man. Y'all know I hail from Michigan. And I was like,
there's no number next to Michigan, though.
Because the best team is number 73. They're number 73.
You made the top 100.
Yeah, they made the top 100. It's crazy because when I was growing up, they had Bay City. I think Bay City was good. Saginaw High was good. And there was another team on the west, Arthur Hill. Arthur Hill was a good team. And none of that.
Were they just good in Michigan, or did they make the national list?
No, they were national.
Okay.
When I was little, they were national. But Michigan has lost a lot of population over the past probably about 20 years. They lost it. 20 to 30 years since I was a kid, I've seen Saginaw's population dwindle. I've seen Detroit's population dwindle. So all that talent, all the people have moved down to the southern states.
Yeah, sure.
So that's pretty much how that is. My boy Shavers, who playing tonight?
Little Elm and Broswell, the JV team is. The JVs.
No varsities tonight?
No,
okay.
varsity plays tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Is that so it'll be Little Elm and Broswell too? Hard years for them. They're having some hard, tough times right now for the squad. I think they both collectively had 2 victories among them. Right. Allen just got stomped last week by Denton Guy. Yeah.
Really?
Guy put the pause on him. It wasn't even close. 58-3 or something like that. And Allen was a top. I mean, they're still in the top 100, but they were obviously higher before that game. Yeah, so they smacked them around real good. Yeah. Moving on. I don't want to stick on high school too long. College, man. Anybody got a favorite college team? You Texas? Okay. Texas. All right, that's what's up.
I don't have a favorite college team.
No.
But I'm forced to pick one and be Texas.
Okay. Longhorns. That's what's up. Shout out to the Longhorns. I ain't mad at the Longhorns. That's cool. Y'all know what it is with me. It's Go Blue all day. Michigan Wolverines. We got a big game this weekend against Michigan State. Michigan State Spartos. They done smacked us. I think the last 2 times we were ranked, they upset us. Yeah, they smacked us, man. I think last year that dude, his last name was Walker. He was in for the Heisman candidate. He ran rush shot over probably 4 touchdowns, man, 4 or 5 touchdowns. Kind of embarrassing, but I don't think that's gonna happen this year. I think we're gonna get them good. Boys are focused. Our rival, NoHio State, the Buckeyes. I mean, I gotta stay unbiased. The Buckeyes gotta play Penn State.
I think Ohio State figured out. I think Ohio State's good in that game.
I think Ohio State gonna beat them pretty bad too. I don't even think it's gonna be close. They fought with us for a minute, but that's only because we had a couple turnovers. Talking about the Wolverines. in the first half. It was like 16-14, but it should have been like 28-3 at that point.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Ohio ain't gonna play with them at all. They have to make a statement. Tennessee versus Kentucky. You know, that's another good one.
I got TCU winning that game.
You got Tennessee.
Oh, wait, Tennessee?
Yeah, Tennessee versus Kentucky.
Oh, no, my Kentucky.
You got Kentucky.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the Volunteers gonna get that.
You do. All right. Kentucky's pretty good, man.
Agreed. But it's more about chemistry, heart, and emotion.
Right.
And I think when you look at where Tennessee is today, you're gonna see that this is a must-win game for them.
Yeah.
They need to make a statement.
Yeah. I mean, they just beat Alabama last week. Are they gonna be too high? You know, too high coming off of that, or they, you know,
Maybe that's where you believe in yourself.
You said Tennessee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, Tennessee's like, what, 7-0 right now?
I don't know what the record is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tennessee.
7-0.
it's 7-0, undefeated in the top six.
they beat Alabama. That would have been an interesting stat too on your list there. Is how many high school teams from Alabama were actually in the top
So
10.
in the top 20, Alabama had no teams.
Really?
No teams.
Interesting.
No teams in the top 20.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, you know, me and one of my friends, Nikita, were talking about that. She's from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I said that they had a couple teams that were really good. Now in the top 100, I think there was about four. About four of them. And then the ones that were down lower had like 2 losses or 1 loss or whatever. None of them were undefeated.
Understood.
So, you know, that may be, I mean, again, it's funny. Alabama, you know, you would think Alabama football college, they getting all their talent from out. They're not. They're getting their talent from other places.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting them from the Georgias of the world, the Floridas of the world, the Texases of the world. That's where you know, that's where they're getting all their talent from.
The majority of NFL players hail from Texas.
Hold on. You see, my boy just said something here. He says, Saginaw, plenty of athletes for a small city. Got Charles Rogers, Lamar Woodley, Draymond Green, Jason Richardson, James Reed, Terrence Roberson, Anthony Roberson, Hughes, Durrani Pitts. They all went pro. I don't know if y'all know. He said Lamar Woodley. Y'all know who Lamar Woodley is. Played for Pittsburgh Steelers, linebacker. We all know about Draymond Green, Charles Rogers. Yeah, you're right. I mean, over time, I mean, if you even look at it, just athletes like Venus Williams and all of them, Saginaw is already, as a small city, has pushed out a lot of good talent. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately,
like Venus Williams.
Yeah, they were born in Saginaw. They moved to Cali.
Oh,
yeah, they grew up in Cali.
Okay.
They are from Saginaw, Michigan.
So it's okay. I get it.
Yeah.
So you claim the way that people are born, not when they grew up.
Hey man, the pedigree had to start somewhere, bro.
I mean, it seemed like you digging deep to try to figure out athletes from Saginaw, but you got to go back to like, well, they were 2 when they left. They are still from Saginaw.
Hey man, that's where they come from, man. I can't say. I mean, I know what the birth certificate say. You know what I mean? So you know.
Oh yeah. All right. Because when they say where they're from, they say we're from Compton. They don't go like, well,
Yeah.
I get it though. It's good. Boy,
Hold on. I got my boy that came in, man. Hold on. Fred,
What's up with you, boy? Can you hear me?
how you doing, big dog?
Man, I can't call. How you doing, man? What's up, bro? Double salute, my boys.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Say, man, you came in right on time, man. We about to head to your favorite subject, brother.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah, let's go. So we talking about Bama and LSU. Bama and the people that have come from different states, right? Athletes that come from different states, and we were looking at the top high schools in the nation as compared to how Alabama don't really have a lot of top high schools, but obviously they one of the top colleges, right? But they always pulling somebody from other states. Everybody goes to Alabama for that pipeline to the NFL.
Yeah.
You can most likely be second string in Bama and still go to the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think, and I do want to talk about the Bama versus LSU game. I think Bama's ranked number 6. LSU is like number 19, 18, something like that. What you think?
Hey, I don't know about upset, but I do like what Brian Kelly is doing, man. Like everywhere Brian Kelly has went, he has won. Even when he was at Notre Dame, and he wasn't getting like the big recruits at Notre Dame like that, like Alabama's or the other schools, and he still was winning 10, 11 games independent.
I lost you. You done froze up on me, bro. There you go. I got you.
I don't see them beating Alabama though. Like I said, I think Alabama probably is not gonna see another loss until the SEC championship. I think as was what I'm thinking. Like I said, they're good for one loss. If they're gonna lose a season, I don't see them losing two. And they already got their one loss with Tennessee. Now Nick Saban gonna be on a tear. I think.
You've been saying that too since we started this thing, that Alabama was gonna be in the SEC championship.
I still believe it. Like I said, and the only reason why is because I think Michigan and Ohio State is going to cancel each other out, and Tennessee still has to play Georgia, and that's the reason why. Because I don't see Tennessee and Georgia because only one of them going to be able to go based on the conference that they're in, and then Ohio State and Michigan is going to cancel each other out.
Okay. What you think about Kentucky? You think Tennessee they don't have no chance against Kentucky?
I think so.
I can hear you, the guy in the back. What you say?
What'd you say?
I agree. Tennessee's good. Kentucky.
Yeah. I think Tennessee, bro, and I could be a little biased, but I think Tennessee is the best team in college football right now, bro.
Yeah. You think who's the best team in college football?
Tennessee. I think Tennessee in a time where offense is pretty much the best thing going right now, and you have to score points. Tennessee does it at a rate that's different. Hooker and Wyatt, the boys are really players, man. They're really good players, and you seen what that boy did against Alabama. He put 5 touchdowns on a Nick Saban defense. Now, like I said, Grant, they haven't played Georgia yet. I want to see how they play Georgia. If they beat Georgia, I think Tennessee is going to be the team to beat in the championship. I think they're the best team in college football.
Or Michigan.
Damn. You know, my boy Jalen just said, or Michigan.
We're 7-0 too.
Yeah, but see, like I said, Michigan still has to play Ohio State. That's the only thing. Same thing with Tennessee and Georgia. That's going to tell who's the best team. The same thing with Michigan and Ohio State. Because I believe this is going to be like last year. I think they're going to beat Ohio State. I do think Michigan is a damn good team, and I could see them. They definitely going to be in the Final Four. I don't know if they're going to make the championship depending on who they match up with.
Right.
Well, so I don't want to skip too far forward. I do think it's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard game against Michigan State first. And then, you know, after we beat them, of course, we can kind of look forward. And Ohio's always going to be hard. We got to go to Ohio State. We actually got to go to Ohio this year, to the Horseshoe.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think we look good, but the Lils, you know, I always check out Ohio State. Even though I be wanting them to lose, it don't never come to fruition, really, man. Them dudes just go out there and smoke folks, man. They don't play no games. They go out there and smoke folks. So
yeah, definitely. Ohio State feels they team out, and then in the second half they kind of turn it on. The first half for Ohio State, you kind of seen it last week again with Iowa. They kind of give a feel for it. It was kind of like a nice little close game in the first half, and then the second half they blow the doors off of you. But I don't think they're gonna have a chance to do it with Michigan. You're not gonna be able to get a chance to fill out with Michigan because I think the way Michigan plays defense and the way they run the ball, if Ohio State will come out there 4-0 in the first half, by the time halftime comes, they could be down 2 or 3 scores. And Michigan get up two touchdowns, it's not gonna come back because they know how to run the ball. They know how to control the clock.
okay, that sounds good. I like that. I like it. My issue, you know, if it's a high scoring game, is if they stack up against the run. JJ McCarthy ain't been a long ball threat yet, right? He's missing a lot of wide open receivers deep. We got to get some big plays like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's my major concern about the Michigan, you know, versus Ohio State game.
The way Harbaugh is doing it, bro, is really smart because you got to think about the way Harbaugh come from. He came from that 49ers team. And that 49ers team did the same thing. They got them to the Super Bowl. Even though they lost against the Baltimore Ravens, they got them to the Super Bowl with that same scheme of running the ball, protecting the offense, and playing good defense. And that's what the same thing they're doing in Michigan right now. Your quarterback doesn't have to throw the ball down the field because what they're going to do, Michigan's going to punch you in the mouth. They got these big-ass offensive linemen. They got these big, stout-ass running backs. They're going to punch you in the mouth, same way the 49ers used to do back in the day, and they're going to play with good defense. And you're gonna be in a fight. And I think that's why I think Michigan is a damn good team. I just don't know who they're gonna match up with. Because their style does work for a little bit, but I don't know if it's gonna work for a Tennessee. Like I said, Tennessee can put up 60 points with anybody, bro. Their offense is amazing. It's one, like I said, I think Hyatt then kind of raised himself up in the draft thing. I don't think nobody was talking about him as a draft pick.
I think he's talking about the Tennessee quarterback. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about the Tennessee quarterback. Well, you talking about the Tennessee quarterback, weren't you, Red?
Yeah, Hooker and Wyatt. Wyatt is the wide receiver. He's the wide receiver. He had 5 touchdowns, and then Hooker is the quarterback.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
But Hyatt is the one I'm talking about. That's the wide receiver. He different, bro. He different. If you ain't got a chance to go watch him, go pull up his highlights from this year and see what that boy doing. Everybody know who getting the ball, and they can't stop him, bro. He different, bro.
Okay. Look at that. Somebody just said go green. Obviously, that's a Michigan State Sparto right there. Next time try to put your name up there with it so I can know who to call after we whoop y'all this weekend, okay? But yeah, go blue.
There's another team to watch out for too.
I say
TCU.
TCU.
They're 7-0 too.
They are. They have
West Virginia.
West Virginia's like 3-8 or something, or 3-4, 3-5. Yeah.
3-4.
They should smack West Virginia. Their next test will be against Texas Tech next week.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, TCU is being kind of overlooked. But I mean, it's the Big 12. And we talked about this. They do this to the Big 12. At first, when they did have a few good teams out there, it was they're small and all they do is play, offensive football, which was kind of true. But TCU's solid. They solid from what I've seen so far. Got a little running back. I think it's like Kendry Miller or something like that.
Yeah, they got a good defense too, bro. They got a real good defense. Okay. They're gonna be scared. I hate the fact that we gotta play them. We got a bye week this week, so we're gonna be able to get some things back together. And it's gonna be a tough matchup for us in the next couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
We see you, Jay Jack, talking about go green, man. Say, man. So I want to move on to the NFL real quick, man. But college will be exciting this weekend. I think it's gonna be good. What you got? Who you got tonight, bro?
I got Baltimore, man. I lost money on Tampa last week, man. They popped me, man. They I do that parlay and stuff like that. And I took them boys, man. They was 13-point favorite, and I'm thinking that Tom Brady gonna come out there and do his thing. He yelling at his teammates. Carolina trade Christian McCaffrey a couple days before the game, so I'm thinking like, yeah, this gonna be a landslide, and they don't even score a touchdown, man. So yeah, I'm done with Tampa. They're gonna have to show me something. I got Baltimore all the way.
Yeah. What about you, David? I think you got Baltimore too.
I'm gonna go with the Bucs.
You going with the Bucs?
I think the Bucs will beat the Baltimore.
Are you just going against the grain, or is there a reason why you picking the Bucs? Give me something. Tom Brady, what? What is
I think Tom Brady can bounce back after a loss. Who did they lose to?
Last Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina Panthers.
I feel he can get a win after that bounce back, after that loss against Carolina.
Mr. Leonard Thompson.
So here's what I would say. When you look at this game tonight, you really have to evaluate the level of talent on each side of the ball.
They're both good.
They're both very talented on paper, but the list of injured or tender players on the Tampa Bay side is extensive. And you've got players out there tonight that you're counting on that really haven't done too much. Julio Jones hasn't been doing too much. Leonard Fournette's just been, mediocre. So they have issues with that offensive line. If the offensive line gives you issues, then your running game is in trouble. If your running game is in trouble, everybody knows you got to throw.
Right.
So when I look at Baltimore, I think they're hurting at running back, but they got the best running back in the league standing up as a quarterback, right? So I think that they're going to have way too much going on for Tampa Bay to post any real threat.
Wow, and Tampa just turned it over too, man.
Dang.
Just turned on a punt.
I'll defer to the two of us that said Baltimore as the experts tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was telling Dre about this earlier, man, and I could be wrong about this, man, but I really think that these quarterbacks.
India Crazy said, "Hello, Sports Talk Texas." Hey, India. Yeah. Go ahead, brother. I had to say something to her. She had a nice little profile pic right there.
Oh yeah, you got that. I understand. But yeah, I was saying I had told you earlier in the week, bro, about these quarterbacks, man, with the Rodgers and Wilson and Brady, man. Like I said, I think Father Time is undefeated, and I think that you have a prime where you at your best, and you know what I'm saying, everything seems easy, and then like we seen with Jordan when he went to Washington, so like it comes to an end. I think what we seeing right now, we seeing Brady starting to look like he's 43, 44 years old playing football.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's going to be a Brady magical move going forward for the rest of the season. You know, where they kind of like, he got to get clutch time, and then now it's time where he's going to start winning 6, 7. Man, besides his age, the team just really ain't that good. You know what I mean? They're not as good as they used to be. Mike Evans, dropping wide open pass. You know what I'm saying? Who was it? Leonard Fournette. He's still the running back. Hadn't heard his name too much this year.
Yeah.
The defense really ain't as solid as it used to be, and they just had the special teams turnover that Jackson on the 7-yard line. So I think the Bucs. Father Time, the Bucs. Tom Brady, all that's over with, bro. Aaron Rodgers, same thing. Well, it's a couple things with Aaron Rodgers. He's always had a good supporting cast, right? But he's always been the guy where they were like, he's the man. To me,
he's not.
He's not that guy. If you had Rodgers as a Detroit line, how everybody talked bad about Stafford for all them years, that's what he would have been as a Detroit line. And Stafford and Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay if their careers had been reversed. So Mr. Harold, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I gotta get Mr. Harold. Y'all, I got an Alabama fan. I definitely want to get him on real quick. Even though we moved on from college, I gotta get him on just to say hello to him at the very least. How you doing, Mr. Harold?
Hello there, my buddy. How y'all doing?
What's going on, Mr. Harold?
I like your energy, Mr. Harold. You come in all polite and just cool and ready to talk today. That's what's up, man. You doing that? Good to see your face. Good to see your face, brother.
I was looking forward to this, man. How you guys doing? Okay.
Yeah.
I missed you last week.
Hold on just a second, though, Mr. Harold. Mr. Harold, hold on just a second, okay?
Okay.
So I got before I want to talk about some power rankings, bro, and I want to talk about before I do individual top 5 power rankings. I want to ask you a question. Is the NFC East the best division in football?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Mr. Leonard?
The AFC, the best division in football.
AFC what?
Is that what you just said?
I said is the NFC East the best division in football.
I thought I heard something totally different. You said the NFC East, the best division in football.
That's what I asked.
Okay, so they play one another quite a bit.
The NFC East and the AFC West.
So you no, I didn't mention the AFC. I thought that's what I heard you say.
No,
the AFC is the best division.
That is not what I said.
Okay, I'm correcting that.
Okay.
So you're saying is the NFC East the best division in football?
Yes, that's what.
So you're talking about the Commanders?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, keep going. And then you're talking about the Giants,
New York Giants.
Okay,
They looking good.
They looking good.
No, 6-1. 6-1.
My bad.
They're looking good.
Okay.
The Cowboys
5-2.
5-2. I mean, come on, man.
The Eagles 6-0.
Eagles are 6-0.
I mean, you got 3 teams that got at least 5 wins. The only division they got there.
Let's count who they're playing. They're playing the Lions.
Hold on, man.
The Bears.
Hey, we play whoever on our schedule. That's all we can do. Like every other team do.
You're right. No. The answer is no.
No,
they're not the best division in football.
Why? Tell me why.
Okay, so here's why. It's like I'm talking about the teams that they beat. Now Philadelphia, outside of Philadelphia, there's an argument to be made for Philadelphia.
Okay.
There's not an argument to be made for the Cowboys at 5-2, based upon how they play and who they play.
Okay. We beat the Bengals.
Hold on. I've been letting you talk. All you do want to. I'm not debating with you. It's my opinion. You can't mess with my opinion.
I'm trying to get an understanding on your opinion. You say that it's not the best division, but what you basing it on? Because you're not basing it on the most wins, because we clearly have the most wins. You say we haven't played.
You're bragging about beating up third graders. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You talking about you want to break? Like, look, okay. I hope Dallas does light it up and go far. But I'm also a realist, right? So you haven't played. You haven't really. Who have you beaten? Who are your wins? Name your wins.
We beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati 5-2.
You did beat Cincinnati.
We're a better quarterback. We beat the Giants. We beat the Giants, and they 6-1. We gave them their only loss in their stadium. We're a better quarterback.
Let me interject. Okay.
Okay.
He does have a small, minute point.
Okay.
About the level of competition. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote on my board just so I can remember this. Philadelphia's strength of schedule, their win-loss record, their opponents is at .42. All right. The Giants 0.465, and the Cowboys at 0.464. Okay. 46% winning percentage for their opponents. All right. They are playing the NFC North, who I have said that Green Bay has eaten off the NFC North for years. Chicago, Detroit, and Minnesota are perennially bums. If I'm just being honest about it, right? So
Minnesota is 5-2 though, bro. Minnesota is 5-2.
Hold on. Then
they only got 2 losses. One of them is to the Eagles. That's undefeated.
You haven't played them yet. This is one of them years. This is one of them years where Minnesota is good. After 10 years, they have a good season, right? But they still usually finish 7-9 before they add this 17th game. 7-9, 6-10. They'll finish 8-8. You know, this is what they do, right? So Minnesota's coming up after Green Bay. Dallas should beat Green Bay. Okay. The Giants beat Green Bay. All right. So the other team that they are playing, the other division that the NFC has this year, guess who? The AFC South. I know. The AFC South, man. So you got the 2 sorriest divisions that they played in a conference. So they stacked up their wins against these teams. Is that not a little bit of, no right there?
No, but the reason why I say the reason why I say no is because anybody who's played sports know you play who's in front of you. Any given Sunday, we just seen Carolina beat Tampa Bay. I got my ticket popped because of that. Nobody's gonna bet that when you go on that field and you play football, you play against another person. You don't know. You can't base it on that record. Anybody can beat anybody in any given Sunday, bro. That's the way it goes. So you play.
That's not true.
But the best of the best. That's not true. The best matter when you're saying.
Not true. Nobody on the field.
Terrible. They might win a game or 2 on the fluke, but that doesn't define the whole season. Like I'm saying, if anybody who's played sports, anybody who watches sports, that's all the same. What I'm trying to say about it is, if you look at what the Cowboys have accomplished, they're a good team. Are they better than everyone else across the NFL? I don't think so. They haven't proven that yet.
I never said that. He said that we have the best division, and I said based on the wins of the division, you got a team that's 6-0, you got a team that's 6-1, you got a team that's 5-2. If you go through every other division in the NFL, it's no division that got 3 teams that win
3 and 4. And 3 and 4.
Who's 3 and 4?
The Washington's 3 and 4.
Well, yeah, they have 4.
But they got 3 teams with winning records. We the only division who has 3 teams with winning records. No other division.
And you got the North.
Hey, say, listen. This is how I feel about it, bro. Based upon records, based upon what I've seen so far, I think that now I'm gonna jump into my Power 5 rankings. I got the Bills still number 1.
Yes, sir.
Right. I got the Chiefs number 2. All right. I got Philly number 3, because I think Philly is solid. I still got the Giants at 4. And I got the Cowboys at 5, man. I have 3 NFC East teams in my top 5, based upon what I've seen so far. Now, I do think that I have one team on upset alert this weekend, and you know who it is. It's them Chicago. It's Chicago coming to town to where we live in Dallas to see these Cowboys this week. I think that the Cowboys need to. I think the Cowboys need to get it together.
Come on, man.
Dak did not. If I went to the game, y'all know what happened. We all saw it. Okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? That was expected. But what was not expected was for the Detroit Lions to still be in that game in the fourth quarter, and the score was only 6-3. That was not expected. Okay. Now Dak, I'm on Dak's side. I don't want anybody to think I'm against Dak. But Dak went out there and did not play a good game. He really should have been 3 picks to us. Chicago's defense ain't gonna let them make it, bro. That's the strength of their team. Their offense is probably a little bit more consistent than ours with Justin Fields back there. He can run a little bit, right? So I'm putting y'all on upset alert. Brother.
Hey, we got the top 3 defense in the league, man. I mean, ain't nobody scoring points on us. We the only team that ain't gave up, you know what I'm saying, more than 1 touchdown to only 1 point, and that was the Eagles, man. Like I said, we based our team right now on defense until they get fully healthy. And defense winning championships, man. Like our defense is playing lights out. Ain't too many teams scoring on us like that, man.
Wait a minute. You saying that so defense wins championships in today's league?
Defense have won championships forever.
I can't think of a defensive juggernaut team that won a Super Bowl in the past 5 years.
Say it one more time.
I can't think of a defensive team that's won a Super Bowl in the past 5 years. So I think that when you say defense,
the Rams won last year with a defensive team that had Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald made the play of the Super Bowl.
Aaron Donald and can't stop anybody this year. That Super Bowl was won by offense. They got Jalen Ramsey right now who can't stop anybody.
So you're basically this year and last year.
Last year was the Rams were not a defensive team. You had some great defensive players on that team, but the people still scoring 30, 40 points on them.
They was top 10 in the league, and Aaron Donald made the defensive player of the year.
Okay, so you remember way back when your team won the Super Bowl? Those are defensive teams. That's when defense won championships. That's not today's game. It's been officiated out of the league. You definitely need people that can keep you close. When you're scoring 20 to 40 points a game, it's not a defensive game anymore.
So listen.
So when Tampa Bay beat Kansas City, how did they beat them?
Dupree. Okay.
They outscored them with offense.
Hold on, Dupree. So the last Super Bowl was 23-20, all right, which I think was more of a balanced Super Bowl. It was definitely because Cincinnati had a high scoring offense. All right, Los Angeles had a defensive team. Tampa Bay smacked Kansas City, and the reason why they smacked Kansas City is because they didn't have those two offensive guards.
And their defense dominated.
Their defense was really
dominated.
Okay, so that's not dominant defense. What that means is they took advantage of weakness on the other team. They had 2 offensive because the line was whacked.
Tampa Bay had a good defense.
They had a good defense that year, bro. The Rams had a good defense too.
No.
I think
not
so.
With Aaron Donald, with Jalen Ramsey. No. Come on. No, it wasn't.
So then we'll go to Kansas City versus San Francisco. Kansas City beat San Francisco 31-20 3 years ago. Kansas City is nowhere near a defensive team.
Yeah, that wasn't.
San Francisco was a running and defensive team that year. They got ran out of off the field.
Yeah.
The year before that was New England versus Los Angeles. That game was 13-3. Nobody liked that Super Bowl right there. And I think
and again, that was 2 dominant defenses.
Which game was that?
This was New England versus Los Angeles.
Okay, so he just called New England a dominant defense.
Back then, what?
Never had a dominant defense.
All right. I'm gonna let y'all agree to disagree on that one.
What's his name?
That's Leonard. That's Mr. Thomas right there. He's a Raiders fan.
It's like Mr. Thomas. I got mad respect for you, man. But hey, are you a football fan, sir? Like really a football fan? Like you just like really watch it? Because you just said that the New England Patriots with Bill Belichick as their head coach has never been a defensive team. Do you know all they Super Bowl
I said they never had a dominant defense, and I will stand by that. So here, Mr. Football, let me ask you this. If he's a more of a dominant defense, then why does everybody copy his offense?
Who are we talking about?
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
Tom Brady. Why is it that everyone's copying his offense and not his defense? Thank you.
So we have a Facebook user said dominant, great, and good. Defenses are totally different.
Correct.
So probably had a good defense.
I agree with that.
About.
I agree
No,
with that.
when nobody had Perry Brewski and Ronnie Harris, bro, and they went back to back, they had dominant defenses, bro.
It's not dominant. They had good
Hold on,
defense.
You don't go back to back in the NFL, bro.
Mr. Dupree, we're going in circles. So I have a question for the people in the audience now.
Let him have it, man.
Who's the last dominant defense to win a Super Bowl?
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, Seattle Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
And then the Denver Broncos when they had DeMarcus Ware and they had Von Miller and the boys.
Let's see, Patriots had a dominant defense when they had Vrabel, McGinnis, Law, Will
Thank you, James. I ain't gonna even, like I said, somebody who the user know who I'm talking about. Like 2003, 2004 Patriots defense.
You going back to them. You had dominant defense.
That's before this new era.
That's before
this new era of football.
Yeah. What he said is
football.
But I'm saying, Bill Belichick have always based his team off defenses, man. The only thing they have always had is Tom Brady. So Tom Brady didn't get an offense until he got Randy Moss like that, bro. It wasn't no other players like that. You name me other than Randy Moss.
So we moving on. We moving on from that. I think.
All right, let's go ahead. We move on.
Yeah, we're gonna move on from that. But I do like that conversation. That's a good one right there. Let's move on to the NBA, man.
Shoot it, Russ.
What's up with them Lakers, man? Oh, no, I ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna talk about the Lakers yet. I want to talk about the Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
I want to talk about my Mavs, man.
Go ahead and
What's on your head, Red? What's on your head, Red? Red Dupree. What's on your head, brother?
Well, I was reading the comments in the bottom down there, man.
Yeah, the Patriots will win with 2 no-name wide receivers. Yeah, again, Facebook user. That was way back in, that's 20 years ago, man. I mean, we want to consider ourselves young. I'm 45 now. I was 25 when
not deep, because you just said they won a Super Bowl winning 13-6.
Yeah, 13. That's 2 inept offenses. 2 inept offenses.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's just. I think dominant defenses shut down good offenses. Now, I think, like I said, if you can score, you can score. If you can't, then you can't. I don't think it's the defense that's stopping you from scoring. It's not you stopping you from scoring.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that, you being a Dallas Cowboy fan, I do think that Dallas has a good defense. I think they have a good defense. I'm not going to say great, but they do have a very good defense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they can be, what do you call it? The defense can be schemed against, right? Yeah. A lot of the schemes like we've seen, against the Philadelphia team, what's Parson, getting Parson out in coverage and all that kind of stuff. It takes away from what their strength is that front seven. Yeah. The front seven is their strength. No, don't get me wrong. Diggs is good. I like Diggs. But when you have a front seven that can get heat on that quarterback, or a front four that can get heat on, or one guy, Parson can get heat on that quarterback and make an errant throw. And your defensive backs immediately become plus 5, in total, awareness or whatever, right? Yeah. So, but we'll see, man, because now we're going to get into the middle part of the schedule. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's serious. Like we said, got Minnesota coming up after Green Bay. I don't want y'all to look past, Chicago, but y'all got a bye week, and you got Green Bay, you got Chicago. So we'll see what happens out of this AFC North run you guys are about to put on. Yeah. Sure.
I don't think it's gonna be that easy. I mean, like I said, I expect the Minnesota, especially in Minnesota, to be a real tough game for us. Actually beating them last year with a backup quarterback again. I think they're gonna be out for a little bit of revenge. So I think it's gonna be really a hard game. I can see Dallas losing that game. But yeah, we do have holes in our defense and the running stop running. If you can run on us, then you can beat us. But I think and what I believe is that Dak is gonna be able to start scoring some points. And once we start scoring some points, that's going to be able to go into our favor, because now you playing for behind. Now you have to throw the ball. And that's what Dallas wants you to do. They want us to get a lead, and then once we get a lead, we can send our dogs out after you, and we can get we can send them guys on you, and you know what I'm saying. and get you to turn over the ball and get some sacks. So we number 1 in sacks right now. Through 7 games, Dallas got 29 sacks, 5 more than any other team in the league.
Yeah. Hey, so can I get your Power 5 rankings?
I'm a little different. I think Kansas City, what they did against the 49ers, a good 49ers team, I got them number 1. Even though I know they lost to the Bills, but I think if they played again, especially if they play in Kansas City, I think Kansas City would get them. So I got Kansas City, Buffalo, the Eagles, Cowboys, and then I got the Vikings, man. I'm not sold on the Vikings. Yeah, I'm not sold on the Giants, bro. I understand what they're doing. I like Brian Dable and what he's doing, but I'm not sold on Daniel Jones. I don't believe Daniel Jones can beat any of the quarterbacks that he will probably have to see in the playoffs. I don't think he's better than none of those. So in that particular time, that's what you're going to have to use because teams are going to stop Saquon Barkley. And they're going to force him to have to throw the ball. I think Minnesota is a better team, man.
All right, Mr. Thompson, Mr. Raiders fan, Mr. Thompson, Raiders fan, man. So I got to keep calling him, man.
Hey, man, it's okay.
Yeah.
My boys pulled off a victory this week.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about it.
So you still got them in your top 5 because last week.
No. I didn't have them in my top 5 last week. Okay, my top 5, I think I still got to go with Buffalo. I think that you look at number 2 is clearly the Chiefs. 3, 4, and 5. You know, I'm gonna say the Giants at number 3. The Cowboys at 4. And then for number 5, I'm gonna say I think it's the 49ers.
Wow. Really?
They I mean, think about it. So you can't. I'm not basing that on just their record today.
Right.
But I think with the addition of Christian McCaffrey, they plug a huge gap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they've been playing really good football, and I think that was enough to catapult them for the rest of the season. That's my sleeper pick.
But I think I'm with you on that one, but I think the Niners is going to be a good team, bro. I think especially with Christian McCaffrey.
Hold on, Bob. Who you got?
My top 5?
Yes, sir.
I know I gotta go with the Bills.
Okay.
And then Kansas City. I'm gonna do Jets. And then
I struggled with
Vikings,
the Jets.
And then Vikings.
You got one more.
One more.
Then one more. And then I'm gonna do Giants.
You got the Giants.
The Jets is actually a really interesting pick. Right. They just the reason why, I was gonna put them up there in my top 5. I took them out because Breece Hall's been injured.
Yep.
Breece Hall was really making a huge impact there, but now they got James Robinson just went there, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So but there to me is they're like call it 5B.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they are trending up. They're playing good football.
So
they are playing good football, bro.
On my board, I have them in the top 10. You know, we talked about them.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets have a plus 54 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They're closing out fourth quarters, which is something that good teams do.
That's how you
Hey, and give some love to Sauce Gardner, bro. The cornerback.
Yes, sir.
For the Jets. This rookie probably is one of the best, if not the best corner in the league, man. He's not giving up nothing. He shuts down your best wide receiver as a rookie.
Also, I want to show some love to the best team in the NFC West, man. The Seattle Seahawks, man. The Seattle Seahawks are the best team in the NFC West. Yes, they're back, and shout out to Geno Smith. Because nobody said Geno Smith was going to do it. Everybody had these boys almost like they were going to tank. 3 games, win 3 games. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're the best team in the NFC West right now. Arizona's going to be solid too, but I just don't think they're consistent enough. Frisco, like he said, I mean, Frisco's Frisco.
Hey, D, let me get you right now. You think Seattle going to win make the playoffs?
Do I think Seattle making the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm not saying no. I just want to see if you was ready to go there. Yeah. I think they're a good team, bro. I think they're a good team
because I had Denver Broncos as being my dark horse, and they're going to totally opposite of what I thought before I've seen the first game, right? Or these first 6 games, and now you look at Seattle. I mean, their defense is getting better again. The defense is getting better again. I mean, like I said, Geno Smith, the running game is solid. You can't beat it, man. You can't beat it right now.
And you know, if it keep going the way it's going, you know that Denver's going to end up giving Seattle a first round.
Ooh, I missed. Hold on, I lost you. I lost you. So,
and they probably gonna be giving up a top 10 draft pick.
who is for what? Who is you say? You paused on me.
Denver. In the trade they did, they gave up. Yeah, remember they gave up
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They was hoping that Denver was hoping with getting Russell Wilson, they was gonna be a late first round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? Because they were gonna make the playoffs and stuff like that. But the way it's going, they might end up being the Denver might be able to get up a top 10 pick.
Yeah. Hey, Red. Hey, we crunk on this NFL. I know the NFL is starting to be it's still the heartbeat of America right now. But I definitely want to talk about something, man. I got to talk about this NBA because I have been, you know what's up with me, right? I'm a Mavs fan. I don't like the Lakers, whatever. Y'all call me biased. You call me a hater, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I have my team and I'm rocking with them, right?
Thanks.
So, Woody, who's your basketball team?
Dallas Mavericks, man.
Okay, you're a Mavs fan, but you are also a LeBron James fan, right?
I am a LeBron James fan.
Okay, and you, Mr. Leonard, are you into basketball like that?
I'm a Warriors fan.
You're a Warriors fan.
Yes.
Okay, so I got two Warriors fans in here. I got two Mavs fans in here. I also have a LeBron James fan in here. I don't consider you a stan, brother. Okay, because I've talked to you about LeBron James and things like that, and you have good knowledge and stats to throw at, right? You saw what my what do you call it, the little title? You know, I said I want to know about some of these LeBron stands, right?
Yeah.
I go into some of these groups, bro, and I can post anything. And one of my boys, Sean, ain't here. I'm mad Sean ain't here because I wanted to really get into this, but I go into some of these groups and these cats get upset every time I post anything about this dude, right? Or anything about the Lakers. They tell me if I wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock and post about him, I'm thinking about this man as soon as I wake up, which they don't know me, dog. I got insomnia. I'll be up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. This is how I rock. I don't wake up at 6. I'm up all the time.
All the time.
That's what I do, right? So why is it that these cats take it so personal? And I'm not talking about LeBron, okay? I'm not talking about LeBron. LeBron is a top 10 NBA player of all time, okay?
Top 10?
I said top 10. You can put him anywhere you want.
Oh,
right?
okay.
You can put him anywhere you want. But you can put him anywhere you want. But I got him in the top 10. Okay. Why is it that these cats get so emotionally attached to this dude and either want to degrade me or call me all these different things just because I have a different what is it? What is it, brother?
I mean, I don't know about going that far about the grading and stuff like that, but like I said, I think people have a utmost respect about LeBron. Like I said, for what he became. Like I said, you gotta understand this man was in the limelight at 17, 18 years old, and still to this date, he ain't got no fights. He ain't got no parking tickets. He ain't got no baby mamas that came out. He ain't got no, you know what I'm saying, no drug use, no gambling debt. This man been in the limelight for like 20 years, and the only thing he been doing is being a family man and doing this over here and doing this over here. Like, nobody that I can think of has been in the face of the public as young as he's been, and then has been as clean as he has been. And you know what I'm saying? I think some kind of respect gotta be there because it's easy to get trapped. It's easy to fall, especially when you're a black male, rich, popular. You know what I'm saying? You got so many different things that you have to worry about. And for him to put himself around people that he can trust, that don't get him into different things and don't have him in, you know what I'm saying? It's so many different things that you can get into that you can lose it over. You know what I'm saying? That happen. I remember when Dez Bryant got into it with his mom about the little thing. You know what I'm saying? It's even with family members, you don't hear nothing about LeBron. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear nothing negative about him in his personal life, far as the person that he become. This man been in the limelight for 20 years.
He has a good team around.
No.
Go ahead, Mr. Leonard.
Well, he had a little bit of drama when his mama was. They destroyed the team because his mama was sleeping with somebody.
But I'm saying with him as him being as the problem, as the issue, being in the problem.
His reaction and it affecting him, it did affect the chemistry of that team. Right, they had to make some changes.
I mean, but yeah, that team didn't do nothing anyway. I mean, what the only thing LeBron carried that team too. Name me 3 other players on that team other than Devontae West.
Let me say something about what you just said. That's admirable, right? That's cool. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I don't give a fuck, right? That doesn't matter to me about, and I've said this before, it doesn't matter to me about another man's whatever expeditions with another, whatever he has going on, right? For me, it's basketball, okay? I post about basketball, right? And if I say that, you know, I think MJ's the best, or I think that he's top 10, whatever, I'm talking about LeBron, and a LeBron fan gets upset and says that I only think about this dude, that's too much, because I don't just think about that dude, okay?
Yeah, that's too much.
I think about a whole, and they could be trolling, but over 20 years of going through the phenomena of LeBron fans, and again, I'm not talking about LeBron James, I'm talking about the fans, the stands, actually the stands, because it's okay to be a fan, but it's different to be a stan, right? So over these years of all this time, I'm still amazed. What's a stand?
I didn't want to disrupt you.
Yeah. So a stand. Okay. So a stand is like what Eminem, the song Eminem wrote.
Yeah,
right?
stand. I know what you mean. Yeah.
The stand had to.
All right.
The stand had to. You know, he loved this guy so much. Why didn't you talk to me? And you know, I got to see you and blah blah. He's attached to this guy that he's never met. That's a stand.
Yeah,
No matter what this person does, it's always the best.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing this person can do wrong. Okay.
Understood. Okay.
You got it. So that's a stand. All right. And it's again, there's nothing wrong with being a fan of nothing, bro. Yeah. But when you go overboard to make somebody almost perfect, that's a little too far, bro. And I don't care who thinks that I'm being biased, who thinks that I have a hate towards them, because I don't hate them. I don't like the way a lot of stuff.
But see, in essence, bro, like you gotta think about this. We don't have too many black figures that we can look up to anymore. You know what I'm saying? The Muhammad Ali's and those guys who actually stood up for something, you know what I'm saying, and actually had something. So I feel like you gotta take what you can get from it. And anybody that's doing something right now that actually makes a stand, and you this big of a figure, and you feel like you got a duty to do something. LeBron feels like he has a duty to be something. He don't have to do nothing, like you were saying. He don't have to touch anything. He had to put a school in Cleveland and go back and, you know what I'm saying, play for his team and like that. He could have been
he's not the first person or the only person that's done that, right?
Yeah, I think those are all great attributes of being a human being, but that ain't got nothing to do with you being like, you know, the best the greatest basketball player of all time. I don't think that has anything to do with like when people start talking about what he does and are hyper defensive of him. Like I don't
think he's the best player of all time. I never said that.
Where you got him at?
LeBron.
Yeah.
He's on my Mount Rushmore. That's what me and my guys we call it. We got a Mount Rushmore, and we got the 4 players that's on our Mount Rushmore. And LeBron is one of my Mount Rushmores. He's on that list.
I want to send a special shout out to my homegirl Ratia Butler. She is one of those stalwart that's been a Lakers fan for a long time, and she's suffering right now with the Lakers through these past about 3-4 years. She's never been a LeBron fan, but she knows that he brought some losing to the situation, and she ain't happy with the bubble ring. It's all good, but go ahead, brother. My bad.
He said the bubble ring. Come on, man.
It was a bubble ring, man. Come on, who was the MVP of the bubble, man?
Hey, bro.
Who was the MVP of the bubble?
Come on, man. You gotta do before like
that. If you answer that, man, I'll give you. Come on, man. Do you know who the MVP of the bubble was?
Steph Curry.
No, it was Dame Lillard, man. Dame Lillard was the MVP of the bubble, man, and nobody cares, nobody knows, and I'm supposed to accept this bubble championship as something that's solid, man. That ain't solid, bro. That ain't solid, man. AD, okay, and now I'm just gonna put some logic and some facts out there, right? AD had all that time to sit up and rest. Okay, when's the last time AD had a full season under his belt? It ain't been one, man. Probably when he was with New Orleans. So everybody was like, oh, it was fair. No, it wasn't fair, man. If you go through, all the people have gone through 80, 82 game seasons, 75 to 82 game seasons, injuries, teams going through injuries and all that kind of stuff. Those are real seasons, okay? Now, it's not just the bubble season that should have an asterisk. There's a couple of them. The 99 Spurs. The Spurs played the 8-seeded New York Knicks. Come on, man. Are y'all really counting that as a team? That's not a real championship, right? An 8 seed has almost never makes the finals, but they make it in a 50-game season, bro. You see what I'm saying? So that's almost the same thing to me. So the bubble championship is exactly what it is. Bubble gum, not real, and I'm not gonna accept it no matter what y'all tell me. All right, brother. I'm sorry. I just had to sidebar a little bit.
So you're saying that by him not winning, like if you take the bubble championship out of the category, does that deminimize him a little bit because of that? Because like I said, I think LeBron is who he is just based off of what he have already done in the league, man, and how long he have done it for. The longevity is something in longevity.
That's me.
This man has been the front runner since he's been in the league at the age of 18. Now here he is 20 years later, and we still talking about it.
He's an upgraded Elgin Baylor. I give him that. Elgin Baylor went to the, he basically ran his era for 9 years, went to 9 championships, didn't win none, but he was solid every year. He was a guy who stood up against racism. He grew up in the era. He couldn't go to hotels because he was black. He had all kind of stuff he had to stand up for. If y'all don't know anything about Elgin Baylor, just look up his story, man. You know what I'm saying? Look up his stats too. That's who he is to me, except he won some championships. That's the difference. You know what I mean? But the appearances, and now I'm talking about on-court stuff, right? That makes people great or whatever, or whatnot. The appearances in the finals, that's not anything to me that should be like exalted, because it wasn't exalted for Mr. West at 1-9. It wasn't exalted for Mr. Baylor at 0-8 or 0-9. The appearances don't matter. The rings matter. The rings matter. The first place or you're the first loser. You know what I mean?
He 4-10 in championships, and that So I mean, I said he's for me. I don't think he's the greatest player of all time. I'm gonna shock a lot of people. My greatest player of all time, based off of what I've seen and looked at the stats, because like I said, I believe accolades matter. I believe that's what you base a lot of things about, is the accolades that you have. And I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man, is the greatest player of all time. Man, I think what he was able to do and the way he was able to win and dominate in his era and his time, I think is something different. And then I would put Jordan, and like I said, and then LeBron, and then Kobe. Like I said, that's my Mount Rushmore. And like I said, everybody is different. Some people got Magic on there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's opinion is different.
Yeah, you got. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this about centers being number one. Okay, whether it's Wilt, whether it's Kareem, whether it's Shaq, whoever people want to put as their, if they put any of them as a number one, for me, a center can't be number one because he needs too much help to get the dub. Right?
Can't move the ball.
For one, he can't move the ball. I like that point. But for two, if I need a 3-pointer, I ain't gonna get it from my center. I need somebody who can do everything. You can work the post, you can work the mid range, and you can hit 3-pointers. All right.
But they didn't play like that back in the day. Like I said, the three just expanded now. But back in the day, they didn't shoot threes like that. Jordan didn't shoot threes like that. They wasn't.
But if I'm down 3 and I need a 3, am I gonna give it to my Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or am I gonna give it to Kobe or Michael Jordan or LeBron?
Yeah, but the era was different. But I'm saying the dominance is what I go off for. Like I said, for me, I base my greatest player, and this is my opinion. Like I said, everybody's opinion is different. But for me, I base my opinion off the accolades. I base my opinion off what did you do in your time of playing in the NBA. What did you accomplish? What did you accomplish? And in the time that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played in those 20 years, his accolades is returning. He got the most points all time in NBA history. He got 5 rings. He got 5 MVPs. You know what I'm saying? He got 5 league MVPs. You know what I'm saying? The dominance of what he did. Like you said, and this was a time where Will Chamberlain was playing. Where, you know what I'm saying? Like
towards Will.
It was his era, but he was still playing.
What about Bill Russell?
I ain't see Bill.
I didn't get a chance to see Bill, so I wish I was able to.
But look at his stats.
I know, but see, Bill played in a time where it was only 13 teams in the league.
Yeah, man, it's tough.
It don't
It's
matter.
tough for me.
It was only 20% black people in the league, you know what I'm saying? So the league wasn't as big. I mean, like I said, he was dominant. He was. And like I said, and some people, Bill Russell is the greatest player.
Black people in the league.
You think so?
You'll never have a home team. You'll never have a home team advantage because they don't think you belong there.
We had 60 minutes.
Okay.
I think, hey, I appreciate you stopping in, Rick. You got some more to say. We can talk about it in our chat room later, right? I appreciate y'all stopping through, Mr. Leonard, Mr. Shaver, right? And we'll be back at it. Hey, next week we're gonna check out that South Lake Carroll versus who was that? Byron Nelson. I'm gonna see who won, baby. But until then, thank you, Thought Magazine. Thanks for everybody that said a comment, and we out, man.
Double salute, boys.
Yes, sir.
Go Raiders.